Okay, welcome back, and we're going to continue now with the second video on introduction to frames and framing. And as you remember, frames are that kind of intuitive blink process, and we talked about in the last video it being very similar to what Jason Bourne does when he walks into a room and in a very non-conscious way can look around and see all of these things that normal people can't see. There are lots of other examples of this when you see someone in the park playing, 10 different versions of chess at the same time. It's that same kind of framing. They're seeing a pattern that no one else is seeing, and they're doing it instinctively. They're doing it very quick, and thus they're able to make a very quick move and move on. Triage works the same way. Football, soccer, a couple of other sports work the same way, where instead of seeing the individual ball, you're seeing the entire field and you're seeing the possibilities there. And what the course book suggests, and others I would suggest, is leadership works the same way. Well, what we're going to do now is transition to an example. This was actually posted in the Washington Post in 2007. The background is you have a dinner party of 5. They're at the end of the dinner. They're sipping red wine. A hooded man comes in with a gun, puts the gun to the head of a 14-year-old, and says, "Give me all your money, or I'll start shooting."
We were just finishing dinner. Why don't you have a glass of wine with us?
Well, what an interesting change. There's someone holding a gun to you, and the hostess offers a glass of wine. The intruder actually takes a sip of the wine and says, "Damn, that's good wine." At that point, he puts the gun away, tells the group that he thinks he's come to the wrong house, apologizes, and asks for a hug. And again, the reason why this is so germane, I guess, to the conversation is the hostess was able to reframe the situation. He was not an armed attacker. He was yet another guest who had an empty wine glass. And it was a example of reframing the situation and then coming to a conclusion that perhaps no one else would have imagined. All right, very good. So there's a actual link to the Washington Post story out in Desire to Learn Brightspace, so go check it out. And that concludes this introduction to framing version or video 2.